Call the meeting to order. We'll start with the pledge. Allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody, and welcome to the folks on the Zoom to our August 18th, 2025, 1 p.m. meeting. We're running a little late. I apologize for that. I will ask the Secretary Treasurer to call the roll.
All right, Scott Horowitz.
Present.
Ed Warner, present. Chip Marin.
Here.
Joe McLaughlin.
Here.
And Matt Parsons.
Present.
Okay, so for informational purposes, the next trustee meeting will be September 8th, 2025. Work session at 10:30, followed by the regular session at 1 o'clock. We have some public hearings on for today. The first one, 2025-26, I'd like to make a motion to table.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Trustee Warner. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we also have number 2, Blue Book definitions for the word shellfish to our Blue Book, but I think that needs to be tabled. It's still being worked on.
Correct.
Seconded, Trustee McLaughlin. All in favor?
Aye. Be for the 9/8 meeting?
Yeah,
Yes.
to the 9/8. Yeah, we'll push that to 9/8 as well. Hopefully, we're ready to go by then, but we'll see. We want
It
to
should be.
get the definitions correct. Now I would like to go to the public portion, and I see that we have Mayor Bill Manger here from the village, and I know we're waiting on some input, and I know he's very busy running the village, so if you want to come up and speak to the board, and we're working on some joint projects together.
Here or here?
Wherever you're comfortable. How are you today?
Good. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The issue has arisen that we see more and more people using boats on the ponds in the village. I finally looked up our village code. Actually, in 1982, we did ban the operation of certain ponds, certain vessels on ponds and lakes, and that has to do with a gas motor propelling device. So that we did include Wickapog Pond, Phillips Pond, Old Town Pond, Agawam Lake, Cooper's Neck Pond, and Halsey Neck Pond. And that was done in 1982, as I said. So we do have that. The concern was sometimes the size of the boats that some people seem to be bringing now. A lot of these, we don't have like a formal boat ramp. For example, on Wickapog Pond, it's just like an area through the phragmites and the brush that people shove their boats through. Yeah, exactly. So we looked at what we thought would be reasonable in the village, and I looked at the different classes of boats that they have, and I think probably the best for, again, these ponds in the village would be Class A boats, which is anything under 16 feet. So it's as a dinghy, but anything that's less than 16 feet. And it says these boats are ideal for calm waters and are often used for relaxed sailing and fishing ventures. I think that's what mostly fishing is what most of these folks are using these boats for. I think that would be great. It does say here that all vessels under 16 feet, including jet boats, must carry personal flotation devices and a distress signal. I don't know if these boats are carrying those, but might be something to consider, especially if someone were to get into trouble and maybe no one knew what was going on out there.
Yeah.
And otherwise, that was it. But again, looking at the different classes of boats, it seemed that a Class A would be the appropriate one, because the next class up is a Class 1, and that's 16 feet to 26 feet. And that's just definitely too large for these
Right, and I think
ponds.
we would have to, as we work through this, and like I say, we're going to schedule another formal public hearing on this, the first meeting in September, so your input is helpful. But I think that we would also have to work collaboratively on a good mechanism for enforcement
Yes.
on this, right?
Yes.
Because, times have changed and things have changed, and, you want to make sure everybody's following the regulations.
So would we be passing a resolution that all ponds within the village of Southampton that have trustee access
No,
What-
they have the authority to pass a size ban on their own, just as they had with the motors.
But they're utilizing our access roads.
Well, but the point is that they have authority because of the agreements that we have with the lakes in the village. Anything that we would do with the Blue Book would really be for the rest of the world, so to speak.
Outside,
So-
it would become like a holistic type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and the thing is I was going to ask the question: has the village decided to draft a resolution to amend the village code to put that restriction in?
Well, actually, I appreciate you, Counselor, for letting me know this, because I thought because the bodies of water were governed by the trustees, that we had to come and get them to put something on the books. But I'm happy to work with you all,
We've
whichever way you would
allowed
like
a
us
certain
to.
amount of autonomy through the years. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
not
think-
trying to take anyone's autonomy, yeah.
Yeah, no. But I think there's been a collaborative effort on this. But I think that because of some agreements that they had in the past, they let them handle regulation of certain respects.
We can craft a specific set of regulations for ponds within the village.
That's what I
and
was getting at. It's just
we
crafting.
may have
yeah.
to do that just to have everything.
That's
Yeah.
what we want to do because
And I think maybe, if I may, you might also want to say that, again, you're also not allowing any gas-powered motors. I I don't think anyone is using
well,
that.
that's how this
That's
started.
a state law too.
That's a
so-
state law. Okay,
Yeah,
then we don't
yeah,
have to worry about that.
state
I
law.
just saw that the village put that on the books in '82.
That discussion is how
That's because
this.
it predate. The state didn't come up with that until the late '90s, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Now I get it.
So that's how this all started. And
Yeah.
now we're boiling it down with you coming to us to say, oh, listen, size is becoming an issue as well here. And
Some
the,
people have tried to put some larger vessels on Agawam, for example, and again, we want to keep it as small. as
I
possible.
think 16 is a reasonable size for a
so
freshwater.
do I for these water bodies. The other point is that as we're finding with various agreements that were made throughout time between the trustees and the village, there needs to be this modern day dialogue to make sure that we're adhering to these things and that it's working for the public at the end of the day. So I think it's great that you are so engaged
Yeah.
with the trustees.
I believe we do some research. I believe there was a document in 1905 that ceded some of our rights to the villages in certain ponds within
Within the boundaries of the village.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we should do some research. I agree putting some kind of size limit on there and enforcement of, safety devices and such like that. But I've also noticed on my phone, when I pull it up, there are some of these jet skis that are coming about that do 30 and 40 miles an hour. They're electric powered jet skis that are 14 or 15, 16 feet long that go at excessive speeds. I think we should also look into that also, because I don't think the village wants these little, it could be a 15-foot jet ski, electric powered jet ski that would be in your ponds that are zipping around at 30 or 40 miles an hour.
Right. Well, there was, Trustee Warner, just so you know, in 1999, the village also adjusted the regulations for, these are considered inboard boats because they're jet propelled. And we actually do not allow an inboard boat to be less than 16 feet.
Okay.
That was that old jet ski law.
So this was our jet ski law from 1999 when jet skis were very, very popular. So that is supposed to help eliminate the use of jet skis on the ponds.
We also had it with the internal combustion prohibition too, with those jet skis.
My
yeah.
thought would be to put a speed restriction
Yeah.
on.
Which there might be because it's within every pond is within
You guys,
500
what
foot
are
anyway.
you guys looking at as terms of speed
5
restrictions?
miles an hour.
I mean, we have 5 miles an hour within 500 feet of the
No,
shoreline.
no wake,
No wake.
Yeah.
no
Because
wake zone.
I'm trying to, when we do this whole process, I think I'm trying to incorporate a lot of.
I would
issues that
designate
I-
the whole water body in no wake zone so
Yeah,
that
that's
you
fine.
don't
I
have,
can do
you
that.
don't have erosion factors
exactly.
brought
Don't want
on
to-
by
yeah.
wakes.
Yes.
Yeah, that I'm agreeing with you completely on that. So I'll take this back and talk to our attorney and look at this. But
Yeah,
I
let's-
think it might. You may want to look at putting something on your books as well.
We might have though, but I think Ed's right. We have to look at the 1905 agreement
See
and
exactly.
take the 1905 agreement and then craft it based on what the dialogue was in that agreement, and we'll make it as clean as we can so that you can enforce and we can enforce as far as the the 16-foot limit of, electric motors only, no speeding on the ponds, like.
I'm glad you came
You
today.
think, Ed, you think it was 1905?
I believe that's.
I'll do some research then in the minutes.
One further thing, my understanding is that there was going to be some kind of commercial venture, electric boat that was gonna go from the north end of Agawam to the.
Right, that was, yeah.
So, I mean, how is this gonna play if somebody decides to have a commercial boat in there that's, the LNG boat, I think was 20 feet long, and it's an electric boat.
Right.
Which would comply right now. Is this something that you're gonna take into consideration?
Well,
No
that's something
commercial
I'll have to
bench?
look at. I mean, the problem they had was they could not find anyone that had a captain's license to operate the
I'm
vessel.
very
You may
familiar-
remember that.
I'm
Yeah.
Very familiar with it.
So, so right now there was nothing going on in that regard, but I appreciate you, mentioning that.
You
Yes.
should have called me. It sounds like a lot less paperwork than my regular.
And the only other thing I was going to mention was we did, on Thursday evening at our village board meeting, change the parking and use at the trustee roads A, B, C, F, and G, that you must have a 4x4 sticker now to be in those trustee roads. Because we have had people getting stuck, and again, to have some sort of,
That makes sense.
control over what was going on those roads, we did adopt, at your suggestion, that we would have 4x4 stickers required to be in there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So that was done, and we just have to get the signs up.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all very
Keep
much.
up the good work. Thank you for the
All right.
input.
Okay.
We will have more of
In
this
touch with Eileen.
Okay, thank you very much.
first meeting in September.
I did.
Okay, is there anybody else that wants to address the board?
Good morning, everybody. Okay, in a minute. Okay. My name is Lee Foster. And I have to tell you, I appreciate what you guys have responsibility for, but I'm here specifically for Sag Pond. I spoke to Chip, I don't know, was it May, Chip? And the pond was running then, and of course it continues. I went down there the other day and it's almost shut. And so I know that whatever's going to happen will be done naturally. But I think really what I would like to know is you confirm for me how you will be managing Sag Pond, if you can. I mean, I don't guess there's any rigid relationship between the people that have their houses flooded and the health of the pond, but I'm worried about the northern, it would be the surface water runoff and that gradient between, I think it's called, the term I'm not sure, but it's between the surface of the pond and then would it be water table, I think. And so the tide was out the other day, and quite obviously then the pond was running more rapidly. But the consequences of that being so low, there is an enormous amount of drainage that's happening north of the pond. And that really does bother me. You've got a lot of ponds north of the pond that are being affected. So,
As far as water level, or?
yeah. And it's, of course, we've not had rain, but, opening and closing the pond, let's just say for the heck of it, if you guys can give me a sense of how it is that you
We generally don't
justify.
close it.
I mean, there is we do sometimes, like in the case of Beacock's Cut, we had to have drafted in that if it wanders over 150 feet from the center line of the proposed legal dredge area, that we could or should close it. As far as SAG, I don't believe that's been drafted in, but I did open that 2 months earlier but then the sand renourishment project closed it.
That's right.
So
A
I've
lot
been,
has been
I've been
changed.
Yeah, so I was basing the opening on the LY run, and unfortunately, because of the sand renourishment project, that
Right.
kind of like screwed things up this year. That hopefully won't happen for another 10 to 15 years. So I have been basing the opening also height levels. If it's excessively high, we have to open it. But traditionally, I believe the LY run is early April. Ed, you can
Yeah,
correct
sure.
me.
That's March.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would hope that that would naturally close. I wanted to see it naturally close around June. Like that. But it just was not in the cards this year. you know, it's just Mother Nature didn't want to.
That's the thing, it usually naturally closes.
closes,
Well, I'm
yeah.
very much aware of it. I mean,
And we can't close it. A lot of it's because of the
course.
plovers.
yeah, I know, you don't
Yeah,
touch it. I mean, we
yeah.
meddle. I mean, that's the problem with human
Yeah.
beings. The
See,
the amount of sand that has now gone into the pond at the lip by the ocean because of the constant, you mound it up on one side, the ocean comes in and throws all that's been mounded up or nearly back into the pond, so it's very shallow.
I think you might have that misconstrued. It's actually pulling it out of the pond now. Like because that's been opened, we were able to get to the deeper water.
Okay.
That is actually sand that's migrating out, and then it's making an S turn and then going straight and
I know,
pulling more
I know.
sand out.
Right,
So
right.
I think that because
whatever,
the beach
let's
is
just say
the
the
beach is
sand
wider,
moves.
yeah, the sand moves, but and
I'm
the
not in
beach,
control of that
yeah.
either, and I
but
don't guess
the
you guys
beach is
are.
quite a bit wider right now, so.
It is.
So we're hoping that we don't have the dune end up in the pond, and now that we just have migration of sands. You know, in Sandy, we had the dune wash into that pond and fill it right up, just like Mecox.
Could I add one thing into this conversation before we get off the subject? We've also had, and we discussed this earlier today, a substantial drought in the area.
Oh, yeah.
So the amount of water that's coming into the entire system has obviously been less. And we've had this conversation
But Dr.
with Dr.
Goldberg was
Goldberg
just here
this
the-
morning, okay? So the fact that these levels are lower, it may not just be the one factor there. There may be other factors that are involved, and we're at a certain point in time, you know, in history here where just because of the way this is stacking up, it's creating this issue, combined with the other project that went on that kind of messed things up. So the dynamic, probably, these dynamics are going to change moving forward. So this is great that you're coming to
Oh,
us
yeah,
to look
no,
at. but-
I'm not
yeah.
expecting, to be honest with you, I'm late. I'm late. I mean, I probably should have been here in June asking the same question. It's okay, and I understand that the feature of our seasons and of course all the varieties, the variations that we have no control over, completely understandable. But it's kind of nice to just meet with you guys and also understand that, you know, these kinds of things are of concern.
It's our pleasure to meet
But
with
you
you.
have to remember, in the past few years, when the pond would close up at the beginning of the season, we would get a blue-green algae outbreak, and then the pond would be toxic. People weren't supposed to be in there swimming, paddleboarding,
Sure.
taking crabs. And then when we had to open the pond up because people's basements were flooded, their yards were flooded, you know, we had the Parks Department, you know, all upset because all the green water is going out in the Atlantic Ocean, and there are people, it's a public swimming beach, so we're trying to balance out what we do. And
You're
it-
not the only one that tries to balance it. Just be grateful
and
for
this
that.
year, Mother Nature has kept it open, so we don't have a blue-green algae.
Oh, I know.
The pond is actually healthy. The salinity is in the 20s in there, so the fish, you know, the water's cool. The crabs are doing good, so the environment is happy right now. So
And the herons have had the most incredible, I mean, we've had baby herons down there for the first time.
You'll see.
Listen, it's not all bad. I mean, not all bad at all, so.
I said crabs and my stomach started growling.
No, that's not.
big blue crab.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Anybody else? Thank you very much. From the public, want to address the board? Anyone on Zoom that needs to put their hand up to
No one
grab a
has,
few minutes
no one
of
has the
public
hand up.
portion? Anybody? Nobody?
We said nobody.
I'll make a motion to close the public portion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Okay, so let's get right down to business here. Trustee Resolution 2025-227. Application of Susan Calder Pond, 15 Old Point Road, Village of Quogue, tax map 902-5-1-3. Recommend its approval.
Second.
Seconded, Trustee Warner, all in favor?
Hi.
Resolution 2025-228. Michael Ferrari, 36 Benita Road, East Quogue. Michael Ferrari Irrevocable Trust, 36 Benita, tax map 900-362-4-24. Also recommend its approval.
Second.
Seconded, Trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Trustee Resolution 2025-229, first renewal for application Smiths Creek 124 LLC, 124 Sprinkle Road, Hampton Bays, Suffolk County, tax map 900, 293-4-2, body of water Smiths Creek. We approved this previously. I'd like to see it approved again. I need a second on it.
Second. Second, trustee Parsons, all in favor?
All right.
Resolution 2025-230. This is application of 20 JPD LLC, 22 Palm Lane. Watermelon, that's not 900-178-1 7117-0.39 by water. Yeah, I'll get a second.
Second.
Seconded, trustee Warner, all in favor?
All right.
I have trustee resolution 2025-231. We have the first renewal application of Town of Southampton for 4 Beaver Dam Road in West Hampton, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map 900-376-01-79.001 on Beaver Dam Creek. Can I get a second on this, please?
Seconded, trustee McLaughlin, all in favor?
All right.
I have trustee resolution 2025-232. Second renewal application of Michael and Mary Chris Savage at 528 Dune Road, Village of West Hampton Beach, Suffolk County Tax Map number 905-16-1-1 on Merchants Bay. Can I get a second on this, please?
Second.
Second, trustee Warner, all in favor?
All right.
Okay, I got resolution 2025-233, authorize the Board of Trustees to retain Joseph Lombardo Esquire for legal representation in the Article 78 proceeding filed by the Southampton History Museum in Suffolk County Supreme Court under index number 621632/2025.
Second it.
Seconded by trustee Marin, all in favor?
Aye. Trustee resolution 2025-234. Warrant number 13 for the sum of $14,376.30. The register reads as Be Ready Fishburne Hatter, $7,900. Fallen Head Toilet, $86. Charlotte Dickinson, $44.10. Joseph R. Lombardo, $3,800. James E. Olivo, $2,500. And the town of Southampton, $46.20 for a total of $14,376.30. I recommend its approval. I need a second.
Second.
Second, trustee Parsons, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Been a busy day.
Productive.
Banged it out.
Productive day, been a productive day, been a busy day. Is there any other discussion that the board needs to have? I know we've had a lot of discussions.
Real quick update, I believe our marine maintenance went down to Fresh Pond again and reinstalled some whips and flags for the boaters in the pond that will hopefully be dredged the first part of September.
Yeah, one of the residents on there was really happy about that. They were not happy about not having to be able to use the boat. So,
Well, you know, they dredged it and then one storm came and
Yeah,
kind
no,
of undid everything they did, so.
I get it, but the public, they get, they can't use their boat. They get upset. So,
Has the barge been hauled out and dried out?
Barge has been hauled out. It's at Stabelix and it's up on chocks and it's waiting to have the engines taken off and the work started to be done. I talked to or briefly texted Timmy Wilson this morning and he said that's what the update was for us. So hopefully Jesse and the Stabelix crew will have some free time this week to get it going.
Start.
I
scraping.
started out 2 months ago to have it ahead of time, so but yeah.
That'd just be good to dry it out for a little bit before.
Yes. Well, it's on.
Sure, it's a little punky here and there.
Yep.
Maybe it's the punk holding all together.
It is, what, 40 years old?
400 years old.
Yeah.
It dates back to the first trustee board. You know.
Yeah, it ought to be a little punky.
That's how we operate around here. It's got a lot of Band-Aids and duct tape.
when's the last time that is it? Last time 40 years? Like what's?
No.
I mean, like,
We have to make a
2 years,
plan to figure something
Yeah.
out. This is
This is a
basically,
bill, this is a
Or, yeah, I know.
we're buying
it's
time
the-
here. We know this, but
You bought the barge at 88.
Yeah, most of
oh,
those
they-
scows last 35 years. That's
We're-
kind of the max.
yeah, we're right at the end. But while we're figuring that out, we need to be able to, for public safety and,
No, I get it.
In our investment
So
of
we're-
2
we're-
brand new engines.
Correct.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
buying longevity out of this,
Yeah,
okay?
that's what I'm saying,
It's not, it's just a transom it needs to be bolstered up, and we're doing
We
that.
hope.
But there needs to be a grander plan.
I mean,
Hopefully
shoved
we
it
can,
anyway for-
hopefully we have something to glass to.
Yes.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's in very good hands. Very
Yeah.
capable people doing this repair. There's not a lot of people that really get involved in this locality where you can get this barge to sensibly. So we're in the best care that we could possibly be. We're doing the best that we can, and that's all we can do.
Do they have a time on that, or what's like a month or so? Or
No, I hopefully it's done before a month or so, because that's, well,
We gotta
before
start.
buoy season.
Yeah, before buoy season.
Yeah, it's good time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Could be a
They
great
got
barge when
a
it's
good
done.
month of work time.
New engines, new transom. It's going to be great.
Yes, exactly. You know, there's a lot better vessels that are more versatile that we could utilize town-wide that we should, have a conversation and consider as we move forward, but that's not today's discussion. That's, okay. Anybody else have anything before I adjourn? Because we took care of our exec in between the two meetings. So we're good with that as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned,
I'm
as
good.
long as everybody agrees. Right?
I mean, I wanted to talk quickly about that Silverbrook permit, but we can talk about that afterwards. We're making progress.
I told him.
Make a progress on the silver permit. Okay,
They took
that's
care of
good.
it
Oh, is it?
without the
Anything more to share on that while we're?
That's what I-
Well, Rick wanted to know specifically what was needed from the DEC in regards to the surveying. I told him exactly what was needed, and I haven't heard from him since. So I'm hoping that, because they had a survey done in 2023 of that area, but it didn't have exact. Joe,
Yeah,
what,
we need soundings.
Soundings.
So we've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of work.
Yeah, and,
Right.
and
So-
we got a bid from Bob Fox, and I transmitted same to Matt, and we're now waiting for the people there at Flanders.
Let's-
to-
yeah, it sounded like he was going to reach out to the company that did their survey 2 years
See
ago
if
and
they
see
can
if
do
they can
that.
fill in the blanks that were needed.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I contacted a number of land surveying people, and
That way
they all went Bob Fox, Bob Fox, Bob Fox.
All right.
So
And,
at first blush, you say, it's a survey, but it's a specialized one.
and along the lines of Bob Fox, James, while Joe's here, Joe McLaughlin, that Channel Pond seemed like they figured it out finally. The
Finally,
DEC
yeah.
understood that it's not a title.
Yes, they forgot that what they were dealing with Mecox not being title. So
So they
it seems like everything's correct. They're gonna
everything's correct and the grain size is correct and so
yeah. So
that's close.
what was his name?
Andrew?
Andrew Walker said that he was gonna go talk to the other people and get something out soon for that.
Okay, great.
So it should be.
Andrew's been at it for a while. He knows what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, he apologized. He
Yeah,
said he missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Chip, is there a piece of property across the street that's for
It's
sale?
town. Oh, the ones on the,
Pie-shaped one? Is that a vacant
Yeah.
lot?
yeah,
That'd be a good deposition site.
possibly. There is a town piece right there that we can utilize.
That would be good too.
Yeah.
all right.
And,
Is there-
and Marty even gave the thumbs up on it.
and-
It's a huge win to have this place opened up.
is there any other issue that we need to discuss in this meeting?
Okay, Scott, we can go now.
Scott's got
Well, I'm just saying, it was just kind of here, it's okay, but, all right, so on that being said, I wish everybody to have a great day. I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Seconded by everybody, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.